Hello. Decided to take the Great Math Adventure on the road today. I'm here at the lower falls of the Soda Falls. I'm going to go ahead and shoot your math video here. Just wanted to give you guys a different look of background scenery as we go through. Alright, let's go ahead and jump in. In this video, we are going to focus on adding polynomials. So when we're going to add polynomials, it's a matter of combining like terms with some considerations about the order of operations. So one thing we need to talk about first is what is a like term. So a like term is any expression that has the same variable and the same exponent. So for example, x squared and 2x squared would be like terms. They both have the same variable x, and they both have the same exponent squared. Now, it would not be a like term if, say, we had like 2x and 3x squared. Even though they have the same variable, they have different exponents. This one has an invisible exponent of 1, and this one has an exponent of 2. So this would not be a like term. And then you might also see the situation where you do have the same exponent. You might have 2y squared and 2x squared, but because this one is a y and this one is an x, those will not be like terms. So when I say that we're going to be combining like terms, that means we can only put together ones that have the same base and the same exponent. Alright, so now that we've established that, let's go ahead and look at example number 1. We're asked to simplify the quantity 2x plus 5y plus the quantity 3x minus 2y. So the first thing I want to do is I want to look for like terms. So I'm looking for things that have the same variable with the same exponent. In this case, I see a couple different sets of like terms. Now, one thing that I would recommend you guys do until you get more comfortable with this is to do something to designate your like terms together, whether that's using colored pencils to highlight the ones that all match, or if you don't have colored pencils and just you're using a regular pencil, you might draw a circle around all of one set, a square around all of another. You might underline one. So what I mean by that is I'm going to look and I see I have a 2x. So I know I want to look for anything else that has an x with it that doesn't have any exponent attached. In this case, 3x. So I have highlighted those both in the same color, so I know that those are the two that I'm going to have to combine. Now I also have another set of like terms in this one. I have a positive 5y and a minus 2y. So it's important to make sure that you are grouping the signs in with these, because when we go to combine these, it's going to matter whether those are positive or negative. So I'm going to look at the first group of like terms I have prepared. I have 2x and I have 3x highlighted in blue. Those both have an x. They don't have any exponents on them, so what I can do is I can combine them. So I'm going to take that 2x, I'm going to take the 3x, and I'm going to add them together since this was an addition sign in the middle here. So of course 2 plus 3 is 5, so that's going to give me 5x. Notice during addition of polynomials, I'm not going to change the exponents. Whatever our exponent is here, we're going to include in the answer. So I combine the 2x and I combine the 3x, and that gave me a 5x. I now have to look at the y's. So I am given a positive 5y and a negative 2y. Now I am going to be adding these together because that was my symbol in the middle. So I'm going to be doing a positive 5y plus a negative 2y. Now, of course, you could look at this as a positive 5y minus 2y, since plus and negative is the same thing as subtracting. Either way, when you combine the positive 5y and the negative 2y, that's going to give you 3y. And it's going to give me a positive 3y, so I'm going to put plus 3y. And that is all I have to do to get my answer. So my answer is going to be 5x plus 3y. Now there is a little bit of a notational issue of writing your answers. One thing that is kind of seen as the acceptable method to write your answers on these, and it's going to be called standard form of a polynomial, is you're going to list the variables in alphabetical order. So in this case, x and y. And then if you have ones that have the same exponent, you're going to list them in order of their exponents going from highest to lowest. So for example, if I had a 5x squared, that would come before the 5x. And you'll get to see that in some of the U-try problems that we have here. But on this one, since we just have an x and a y, we just have to put our term with the x first and our term with the y second. Alright, now you guys have two U-try problems, so go ahead and attempt these. And make sure that when you're done that you remember to check your answers on the web page. And then once you are sure that you have the correct answer and you don't have any questions, you can go ahead on to video 2. See you guys in the next video.